Alrighty, fanboys and fangirls, we're going to take an episode to talk about the OnePlus Watch because despite my rant about the OnePlus 9 Pro, I'm going to explain to you why the OnePlus Watch might be too good to be true, but could also be the smartwatch that we have needed in the smartwatch competition area. Also on today's episode, the iPhone 13's OLED display is going to be getting a brand new technology that not only supports 120 Hz, but supports different types of functions. I'm going to explain that in today's episode. Also, we'll be talking about Samsung reportedly working on a new foldable, but not the type of foldable you were thinking. And lastly, Google is working on a brand new pair of Pixel buds, and I'll explain to you what could possibly be in these new buds and more. All of that on today's episode, so stay tuned! YouTube, what's poppin'? Michael here, welcome back to Technoid. I hope you're doing well, I hope you all are staying safe. Anyway guys, today is Thursday, we are one day away from Friday, which I cannot wait for because spring break is upon us. And I am going to enjoy spring break, but I will be uploading during spring break, so don't worry, no break like last time. But anyway guys, today's gonna be a long video, but I definitely hope you can stay through the whole thing. And as always, to new people, if you're joining on for the first time, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications, because if you enjoy what I do today, you're gonna enjoy what I do in the future. All that out of the way, let's get it going. So story number one, the main story, let's talk about that OnePlus Watch. Now, yesterday and a day before, I basically went on a mini rant about the OnePlus 9 Pro, and let's just say that I'm still hiding because the video didn't really blow up like I thought it was, but at the same time, it's kind of a blessing. But I was really disappointed in OnePlus, but at the same breath, there is one product that has me really intrigued, and we're going to break it down because I didn't really get to talk about it yesterday, the OnePlus Watch. Now, the OnePlus Watch is a product that we have all been waiting for from OnePlus, and I've been super excited about this product, and for good reasons, because not only is it the newest smartwatch on the market, but it's made by a quote-unquote relative big brand or something like that. But basically, it's a watch that a lot of people say will bring competition and help to innovate the smartwatch market. Now, I don't know exactly what innovate means in their minds, but for me, it definitely would bring competition because according to a lot of outlets and from OnePlus themselves, this OnePlus Watch is going to be not only the first smartwatch in the OnePlus library, but it is actually one of the more cheaper watches on the market, as the starting price will be $160, of course, excluding tax. Now, taking a look at the watch itself, it has a decent amount of specs. It is IP68 rating, has a 5 ATM rating as well for water and dust. It will have a blood oxygen monitoring system, breathing exercises, stress level workouts, and it also has OnePlus TV connection, so I guess that's a good thing. It will have message notifications, hand-free calls, up to 2-week battery lives, 20 minutes, you will get 1 week, something around that area. I don't know, they were talking about it in the event. It will have sapphire glass, hand-polished watch case, and most of all, a cobalt alloy metal shell that will be a limited edition as well. So all this sounds handy dandy, but the main thing is a lot of people are a little skeptical about this watch. Some say it could be too good to be true, others are saying it's exactly what we needed. And I'm going to present both cases. The reason why it might be too good to be true is because this watch could be locked into OnePlus's ecosystem and it won't be universally compatible with other smartphones and other things, because as you know, the OnePlus Buds, if you guys aren't aware of the OnePlus Buds, they do sound great for most people, but you can't really get the most out of them unless you use it with a OnePlus phone. And you can't download an app on an Android to use it, depending on where you look on the Android App Store, or of course going, jailbreak, of course. But the main thing is that this watch should be universally compatible according to some reports, but I don't know if OnePlus is going to go that route and they're going to lock this thing into their phones. So you could be losing out on messages, you could also be losing out on phone calls and other things. Now, in terms of health and fitness and track, we don't know where it's going to stand. Now, obviously, Apple Watch is the best wearables for that, in my honest and humble opinion. Samsung is catching up, so we got to see where OnePlus ranks in that. But another reason why it could live up to its full potential is not just because of the pricing, but basically being able to give us a solid smartwatch competition because for me anyway, if I'm thinking about it honestly, Google has been saying they are going to do something and they have let us down consistently. They've been licensing Wear OS or Watch OS, whatever they're calling their own OS. Of course, Apple's is Watch OS, I'm sorry. But with OnePlus going onto the market now and breaking onto the scene, this could be a potential for them to make up for the lack of what Google is doing. Because whether you want to admit it or not, whether you like OnePlus or not, I won't lie, their software experience is close enough to a stock Android experience. You get your updates similar to day one experience, and most of all, it does the job well. So this watch could offer a lot of variants and a lot more things in the future. Now, as it stands, the current configuration of the watch is a gigabyte of RAM, 4 gigabytes of internal storage with integrated speakers, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS all built in, but it doesn't have a cellular model at the moment, but that could change as the future goes on for the watch. But overall, this OnePlus Watch has me really excited. I actually really do want to see this watch succeed. If there's any product by OnePlus that I really want to see succeed, it's the watch. So please, OnePlus, go all out for this watch because I think this could be a home run in the making. Alrighty, let's talk about that Samsung foldable display. Now, as you know, Samsung has made Samsung phones and flippable, foldables, all that kind of stuff. But there is a new rumor going around that they're working on a double folding phone. It seems that Samsung is going all out on the foldable future because according to Nikki Asia from 9to5 Google, it says here that the phone would fold into 3 segments using 2 hinges and could be announced as early as the end of this year. It would be a third option in the foldable lineup, joining the Galaxy Z Fold and the Z Flip all together. Now, of course, we don't know exactly the details about this new tri-fold or whatever it's going to be called, but it says it will have a 16:9 or 18:9 aspect ratio, making it easier for app developers to design the 25:9 screen with the Z Fold. And of course, this will be taking inspiration from Xiaomi's foldable prototype and Huawei Mate X2 as well. Now, this is one of those stories where normally I have a joke or something about Samsung and their folds, but honestly, I have no jokes, and I honestly gotta say, you know, Samsung is really going all out on the foldable market, and I gotta give them credit where credit is due, because a lot of people would have gave up at this point, but they really want to push innovation, and that, to me, deserves a lot of credit. So I'm gonna give Samsung a lot of credit, but at the same breath, Samsung, definitely up your build quality because those things are super, super fragile, and I don't see any improvements coming year to year as these things go along. But of course, I could be wrong, and I definitely want to see them succeed. So keep working on them foldables, and I cannot wait to see what you bring in the future. Alrighty, next story, the iPhone 13's new display. Now, according to 9to5 Max, the iPhone 13 is rumored to be using an LPTO display from Samsung, of course, which will be more energy efficient with lower level of energy consumption. It will also help to support the 120 Hz, but it will also be able to give an always-on display. Now, we have already talked about this in prior episodes of my show where I've already talked about the iPhone 13, which you can find at the end of the video. But going into more detail, we've heard about rumors of Apple upping the production of the displays from Samsung, making them more energy efficient and less consumption. Because, you know, the OLED panels on their own right now are pretty good, but if you're going to put 120 Hz, you're going to definitely need to get one with less energy consumption. And if you're going to go with always on display, you really need to definitely up the energy consumption less on these models. Maybe up the battery, Apple, but I don't know. But it seems that it will be a guaranteed 30,000 LTPO displays that Apple will get per month, and it seems that these models will be regular display productions going forward. Now, honestly, Apple, for me, has a weird track record of always on display, and has a weird track record with OLEDs because the battery life for some of these phones are good and some of them are bad, but at the same breath, if Apple optimizes them perfectly, I think they could be a home run as well. So I'm going to keep my eye on this story. I will update you as the episodes go on. And guys, of course, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications so I can definitely update you in the next episode. And last story, let's talk about those Galaxy Buds. Not the Galaxy Buds.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I swear, I'm going to get so much attack on this episode. Let's talk about the Pixel Buds. Basically, the Pixel Buds are possibly one of the best Google headphones that Google has made. And for good reason, they offer everything in a nice simple package. Well, it seems they're going to up their versions because according to 2 FCC listings, the Pixel Buds 3, being dubbed 3, third generation, it seems here that they will be getting a new dimension and will also be getting better power consumption. They will have new generation power output, which is significantly higher. They will be able to boost signal strength, reducing the likeliness of disconnect. But also, it seems that these new buds might be featuring high-end noise canceling options as this new power consumption goes. Now, taking a look at the FCC listings, you really don't get an idea of what they're going for because, again, there's very limited on the details. But if I had to guess if Google is going to up them, active noise canceling has to be mandatory at this point. I think ANC is standard for all earbuds in this quality, especially in price range. But most of all, I think the thing that they need to work on also is the battery life in the battery case. 5 hours on the buds, I think we can live with. 24 hours in the charging case definitely is good, but I would like to see them up the battery just a little bit more, but that's just me. Now again, there will be more coming out as we get closer to the release of these buds, so again, keep it tuned into my show because I will continue to update you guys regardless when we get the news. And that is it for today's episode of Technoid. Now guys, really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, hit the dislike button. That helps circulate my videos as well. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode, possibly Friday. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Take care, stay safe, and peace!